So the God, my spirit guides, one day I'll tell this story about an experience I had that gave me downloads, and I never experienced such a thing. If we're always having downloads, and, and we just don't know it. See, I had an experience that made me know it, baby, and um, so I kind of love it. Um, so there's a lot that will unfold if we can survive these last throws. You know, Pluto and Capricorn. Whew, that shit's trying to torture us, man. That thing is torture. See, what I start to see, guys, only because, like, say, okay, because I'm the Libra generation, and I happen to be somebody who's an astrologer. I'm a born astrologer. I have Mercury conjunct Uranus, and that's in a lot of ancient books. They said this is the born astrologer's aspect. Our minds are hooked into something, and it's called the truth. And see, well, um, Uranus rules the light of truth, the very light that is making up the light show that you're involved with now. That Einstein says that atoms aren't but 99.99%. They are unsolid. They are light. It's not a solid world here. We are in a light show. Click that over. A lot to talk about here. As far as us who downloads things and tries to channel this shit while being bombarded with, okay, first of all, and all this other stuff is like, what is going on? I can't wait for when it snows. So let me tell you what it feels like. You're being called to sleep. You're also somebody who naturally sleeps somehow. Maybe you found meditation and you love being out in the forest and you like just kind of spacing out, and it's not a bad thing. What's kind of alarming? That's not bad. Your self-discovery of the truth and reality is not bad. It can be bad for a lot of people who aren't accepting what they'll start seeing. It's on top of also experiencing a totally different parallel reality that is like it's the opposite, but then you'll see people. And see, the thing is I hear you run into the material everywhere. It's not new, but it's really increased now. But you hear more of the modern day talking about it. The Matrix. You see people. I mean, you are in it. I mean, that movie. It's like I'm the one who sits like drinking the tea and says, "Yeah, I kind of choose to be right here because I have to kind of like give this aroma to people about perhaps if they would like to, if they get miserable enough. I'm always here. Yeah, and a lot of people will be falling away back, back into that. And what I need is something a lot more in depth um, than just a superficial kind of immature 80%, maybe even 99% people out there are this coming at me. Might not be that. I'm open for. I really need a good partner in life. Um, Somebody who doesn't come up with excuses or is just not really present. It's just I'm being really patient with everybody. I always have. I always am. See, I crack myself so much watching these videos. Some of the last ones is fucking hilarious, man. Talking about how I locked down some food, and so now I'm gonna. It's like, hey man, welcome to humanity realizing that they need to get off their knees or just really, just I'm living the frequency of like, okay, really? Do you mean? And so this is what's all going to come clear when Pluto moves into Aquarius. The shit that we're going through right now is like the last blows of, and it's like this pressure cooker, right? Because of, well, it's not over, babes. We have the Librian vibration, but we've already had the square with It's already been the pressure cooker with Pluto and the North Node in at late Aries squaring, and then Libra square. So there, that is, if you know, I can feel it. It's on my Mercury Uranus conjunction. You know, believe it or not, I do have a brilliant mind that's going to come up with like something, you know, out of give me about 800 more videos, and only I will see, and then some brilliant people will be able to see. I'm going to be just go like this. Oh, a high, you know, because money isn't it, and neither is power. I like the results of having done a nurturing thing and helped something and improved something and then created a healthy situation. I desire to do this on a global scale. And there's people in my life that they could be catalysts. They could help me patch up, and like I could just be a little bit of a pain in the ass, really, because I'm the only one getting my food and stuff. And it's like, well, so would you see with the narcissist? They'll do everything but what you really need, which is like, well, the same energy and the same amount of money too that we wasted could have gone into something I actually really actually can use, to the point of, yay, this really improved my situation. They're not there to improve you. Simple. I have a wood stove here. But I want to put a wood stove downstairs. It's easier. People do it all the time. It's just my grandma is just weird. She never did it. I think she never did it because she people were always stealing from her. Anyway, that's a long story. I don't have that going on in my life. Um, you can have a wood stove down there and it won't get fucking stolen. God. Uh, it's her husband. Her husband was anyway. None of my business. I have a whole new life, and I'm just trying to think. Okay. It's trying to start. It's trying to start, and I know that it's not going to go anywhere without, like, say, contacting somebody else who. Ah, man, I hate to say it, but I'm just like a one-on-one monogamous kind of a person, private kind of. Not when I say exclusive, what I mean is, of course, I'm not for everyone, but I didn't just say I'm totally antisocial and I don't know how to get along. Basically, I love people. I love influencing them. They can't handle me. They can't handle me. It's a lot of energy. And I hate the projection scene. See, what I'm finding, and I don't like this thing, that I think I'm around a bunch of clones that think that just because I'm a single woman, and I stand on my 2 feet and I say, "Excuse me, don't do that. That sucks." And wow, really? And I'm like, "Okay, be quiet. Hey, I got some shit I got to do here, and help me out." They think I'm crazy. They think, oh, she's going, and they call the police because she's disturbing the peace. It's like, no, actually, you have just set down toxic material, and I am still contemplating taking you to court. Why? I admit I'm not very good at just, no, I'm going to have to talk to this person without screaming at them and really just drilling into them, because it's been too long, babes. See, I was talking to somebody over Facebook, Mrs. Hill, and she just, oh, we'll just go over there and knock on the door and tell them, and say, babes, okay, when you know that you have a non-human entity there and they're not going to give a shit, they haven't gave a shit in 12 years. Even acknowledging your presence. This needs court action of law, and if I can take it to fucking national observance, I would. Why? Because this is what we're dealing with. Do you know who I am? I'm not doing this to satisfy my own fucking insecurity and fucking inhibitions and stuff, and now I feel great because I really knocked on my neighbor's door over there. No! That would be a fucking waste of time for me. I do shit big and industrially, by the way. And if I'm going to do something like that, it's going to be because I change everything, especially around here. There will be a fucking mandate and immediate stop on people that are pouring fucking toxic waste all around. I can see trucks going around right now, bigger than the size that came here and dumped this. I'm like, where are these going? There are organic alternatives. Where is the example that you're setting? And what is the example that's being set? And what is actually going on here? And what are you setting us up for? in a rural area where you're going to pack people in. And then one day there's going to be a fire and they all line up in cars and clog up even more. And then what happens? Good for you. You killed another fucking 5,000 people.